good morning, good afternoon, good mother, have a night. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, all them good old things. Now, rest in peace, Suckafree 104 from Lennox. Just got gunned down a couple days ago. We don't know like everything what's going on, but it's good to get a perspective from that side. You feel me? Yeah, Suckafree had a little buzz too or whatever. I knew of him. I didn't know him personally, but I knew of him. I know he was doing his thing. I still post my location when I'm leaving somewhere. When I'm somewhere, I don't post right then and there. I just know how dangerous the streets. So this was a fucked up story. About to get into it.
Buenos Dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. You know what? Let's just get to it, man. So another slain rapper, another rapper gunned down. This time from the Lennox area, from Barrio Lennox, right? Lennox 13. Now, I did a lot of time with guys from Lennox, and I can tell you right now, they move as a unit, they move solid, and the guys I was around were respectable. You know, very respectable, straight up gang members. You know, that's the only way to describe it. Carried themselves with professionalism, and the way they moved, you knew their presence was felt. That's a fact. Now, this rapper, Suckafreee 104, who gained a little bit of popularity, man, on social media for not only being a gangster rapper and really being in the streets and doing it like he says he was doing it, but also for being a graffiti artist. Now, this is the type of guy that has strike'ems. You know, I always noticed these guys that, when you call it strike'ems, it's guys that can hit up their body, hit up their neighborhood. They got good lettering, right? He was one of these guys that would go into other neighborhoods, go into his neighborhood, strike up the wall. Basically, not like picture murals, but, you know, murals of his body, representing his hood, representing where he was from. And he was pretty good at it. So the other night, man, he was at actually 4 a.m. in the morning. He posted to his Instagram his whereabouts. Unfortunately, man, these guys never learn. Okay, when you're a gang member, when you have real life enemies, oppositions, whatever you want to call it, you're really in the mix like that. There's always going to be someone seeking attention, someone looking for clout, someone who wants to put your paint on the wall. And unfortunately, they pulled up. Somebody pulled up. Now, of course, there's no rhyme or reason for this to have ever happened. You know, you don't post your location. You don't let people know where you're at. And this is a perfect example of why. When you post your location, when you're letting people know your exact whereabouts, and you're in the mix, you're living that street life, you can almost 100% guarantee someone's going to test the waters. Someone's going to pull up, especially if you're one of those ones putting in work and rapping about everything you really are doing. You know, someone's going to take that opportunity to come at you. Now, I don't want to make no assumptions and say who this was. This could have been someone driving by or someone that was like, got him, right? But at the end of the day, you know, Suckafree 104 was found dead. You know, several gunshot wounds to his body. And it's unfortunate, but like I said, it's another situation of these guys being carefree, you know, and I know some people will be like, oh, he's a gangster, he's down, he ain't scared of nothing. You know, okay, it's not about being scared, it's not about being down, it's not about any of that. It's about living a life and wanting to live it. And, you know, in the game, you have to move smooth with a purpose in everything you do. That means not letting anyone get the upper hand on you, not wiggling where everyone can see you, or not letting everyone know where you're at. You know, I hear a lot of these so-called gangsters or rappers or whoever they are talking about, man, I stay in them streets. Why? Why do you stay in them streets? What do you think's out there in them streets that you're going to get that's going to be anything beneficial for your life? There's nothing past 10 p.m. outside but trouble and chaos, right? Now, if that's the life you lead, then you're going to be unalived and not lead anything. Suckafree 104, unfortunately, man, there's a lot of videos I've posted of his last moments. You know, he was out there in IG just letting it be known, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing. And somebody pulled up. Now, I just watched a documentary the other day, okay? And in this documentary, it wasn't about Lennox, but Lennox 13 was definitely mentioned several times. how they were going at it with a particular Crip group, right? And man, there was a lot of back and forth going on there. There was a lot of pull-ups. You know, that area right there is pretty much known. It's a deadly area. So this guy knew he had to have had the understanding what his opposition was about. Now, here's the thing that I want to tell you guys. Those that have never lived a life, been in prison, lived the gang lifestyle, you know, when you're born into it or you self-dedicate, like I'm dedicated to this cause, you know, you already know that death and incarceration comes along with that choice, that lifestyle choice. That's why it always boggled my mind, and I made the same choices, and I suffered the same fate as far as incarceration, death, post several times, right? But I always was under the understanding, like, I'm never going to give my opponent, my opposition, my enemy, whatever you want to call it, I'm never going to give them the upper hand or the slightest thought that they can catch me slipping. Now, if they're able to fucking track my whereabouts and do that on their own, hey, respects, right? But I'm always going to be a wiggler, meaning I'm always going to wiggle around and trip out on my situation, peep my scene awareness. You know, this is something that's taught to you in prison. When you go out to that mainline yard, that general population yard, that 4 yard, that 3 yard, or whatever the case may be, your awareness got to be up, peaked. As a northerner, my awareness was way up because I already knew automatically as soon as that gate cracked, you best believe this. The northerners are strong, but the SA's the deepest, right? So I was already under the assumption that once I hit that yard, the threat is going to be there. They're going to be looking for any flaw in my tactic to get at me, to slide up, to handle business. So I was always on the offensive, not just the defensive. Man, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get off first, or I'm going to make my first move. Or if it was a defensive stance, I'm going to make sure I keep my back to the wall because at the end of the day, I did not want to lose my life. I wanted to keep on trooping for the troopers. I wanted to keep on pushing for the movement. So Suckafreee 104, man, was a young man, you know, a young Lennox 13 alleged member and representing his barrio. And I'm sure there was a lot of people that felt a certain way about him. When you're the face of a neighborhood, when you're representing, okay, I just want to get the right wordplay, man, because rest in peace, this guy, he's passed away, and I don't want to, anyone can misconstrue it as talking shit or bumping baking soda breath on the door, because that's what I'm not doing. I feel bad. I feel bad that this situation occurred. I feel bad, you know, that the state of hip hop, the state of Chicano rap, you know, always comes down to this: another murder victim, another fallen young soldier. You know, but this is the type of stuff that people look at and they look to. It's expected. It's expected until it's you. And I thought he had a lot of talent. And I said, oh man, this guy's going places. And I seen him striking up, and I was like, typical music video, you know, gang related. These guys keep themselves in a box. They can't get away. They're proud of their barrio. And we're raised that way. We're laced that way, to be proud of our barrio, to be aware, you know, to kick it with only a handful of homeboys that got your back. These are the things that we're told. Some guys take it to heart, and that's the way they rock. Some guys, maybe drugs, things get in the way, it clouds their mind, and they just fucking don't care. Okay, now whatever happened to Suckafreee 104 at 4 a.m. in that morning that made him want to post to Instagram or post to social media his whereabouts or his location, I have no idea. You know, some people fear different things. Some people are unfearing. They don't fear nothing. They think because of who they are and the neighborhood they're from or how they've rocked in the past that, you know, they're untouchable. Nobody's untouchable. And this is a perfect example of what happens when you think you're untouchable. Someone's going to touch you. Someone's going to pull up. Someone's going to test that gangster. You know, and when you have recognition, when you're the face of your neighborhood, when, you know, people say, hey, there he is, man, there's that rapper, you're going to be the first one that they go after because at the end of the day, you're what cloud is. This day and age and era that we're in, gangbanging is totally different. Nowadays, it's not like it was. You know, back in our days, we're cruising past McDonald's, go get a Happy Meal, whatever, man. One of the homeboys wants a 4-piece chicken nugget. I'm going to take the 20-piece. He's going to take the 4-piece and tate, right? And we happen to see the enemies. We was pulling up. Was cracking. It was all like that. It wasn't we're just going to shoot them when their backs turned or things like that. We pulled up. What's happening, bro? What's up? They get off the car. We get off the car, rumble in the jungle, boom, and everybody gets a Big Mac. Everyone could push if everyone made it. You know, nowadays, it's different. Nowadays, you got gang members, instead of being out there on the streets really looking to rock, they're patrolling the internet, looking for guys to give up the ghost and give up their whereabouts. So that way, it's easier. You know, it's a lazy era. I've always called it that. A lazy era. they're not trying to put in that work until it's time to put in that ultimate work. Like, we'll just go on the internet. Oh, look at this guy's live. Boom, where's he at? People he could easily spot your location by cross streets, or they recognize a store or whatever. Hey, homie, let's go get this cat. Pull-ups real, bang, 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 boop, 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 gone. He's dead, we're out. You know, ultimately, they're going to end up catching whoever did this. You know, because this type of situations right here, people just cannot bite their tongue. They cannot down someone and then be like, all right, I did that. Let me keep it in the cuts. They got to boast and brag, go back to their neighborhood, tell their homies, hey, fool, I smoked that fool. I got that fool. That fool talking all that high-powered shit. Where's he at now? Well, of course you got him. You had a gun. I don't know what he had. You had the upper hand. You had his location, which ultimately he was the one that dropped. You know, I've seen this guy, like I said, since then, I see a lot of fucking videos pop up and people are talking about him. He's the talk of the town right now. But I remember just, you know, a while back, it was the cat out of Colorado, you know, Little Travi that died. It was Money Sign Sway that died. When are you going to get it as a consumer of hip-hop and as a consumer of Chicano rap or gangster rap or whatever you listen to? But these guys got a short shelf life, homie. There's no legs, brother. You know, these guys are dying frequently. You know, little TYS up in Sac, little Jody. You got so many of these guys that, you know, are getting killed by gun violence or street gang violence because that line is blurred now. When you're out there spray painting, representing a barrio, holding up blue and red rags, 13s and 14s, whatever you're doing, you know, Tongo Blast, Latin Kings, Vice Lords, Disciples, and Asians, right? All this different shit that you're doing, you got to understand that you could become a victim, okay? You are victimizing yourself by letting everyone know your business. Be proud. Be proud of your hood and represent. But at the same time, you don't got to get it all over you. I mean, it becomes foolish to a certain point. Like, if you're really a gangster, if you're really from that neighborhood, if you're really about that, everyone that needs to know is going to know. And everyone that doesn't, it's none of their fucking business anyways. That's the way I was taught. You know, unfortunately, this guy was targeted for whatever, and they pulled up. Now there's going to be an investigation. And like I said, people that do these types of murders want clout. So ultimately, they're going to arrest someone for this. Now, I can sit here and make assumptions. I know Lennox beefs with a lot of people, but that's not what I'm here for. To play the blame game and say, maybe these guys did it, maybe these guys did it. No, I can only stick to stone cold facts. The fact is, this guy went to go strike up an area and got slept right where his mural was at. Now, I seen a video that was done, man, very disrespectful. And I'm not even going to mention the guy's channel, but he's like, the way he was speaking was like, this fool got fucking, you know, shot, like he was happy about it. Like, oh man, I got information. Here's my thing, man. At the end of the day, this guy's dead, okay? His family's going to go through the motions. I don't know if he had children, but his brothers, his sisters, his jefita, his jefito, his family, you know, watch these videos, I'm sure, are going to see these videos. And if you're talking shit about their loved one who's not even in the dirt yet, man, do it vigilantly and do it respectfully. You know, have some morals and some respect about yourself when speaking on a dead man. You know, I can't sit here and talk shit about him and say, hey, he deserved what he got. I can just tell you it's unfortunate that for whatever reason he decided to post his location. You know, nothing good comes of it. You know, just a while back, you know, the rapper Hali, you know, Jalisco, which was, of course, the brother of Chito Ranas, or, you know, the alleged brother of Chito Ranas, not his actual brother, but he was raised with him like a brother. You know, and I have homeboys like that I consider my brothers, right, for life. Right or wrong, we're going to rock. He was gunned down in San Jose, and that was because he made his location unknown.
All right, people, that's the video for y'all. I was just giving y'all a sense. Rest in peace, Suckafreee 104. I was just giving y'all a different perspective, you know what I mean? Especially from a Chicano side. I didn't want to play a black dude or African American talking about this story because he ain't Mexican. I'd rather a Mexican talk about this story and tell the details because he can get more information than we can get. So I like the video, semi-sad video, because I don't like to hear or see nobody pass away. I don't care where a nigga from, who a nigga is. But y'all know how I do it. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all them good things. And good morning, good afternoon, good mother